Meanwhile, the Eastern European nation has closed its borders.
Our worst fears seem to be coming to pass. Congress is debating a new bill, the Superhuman Registration Act. It would require all heroes to register with the government, whether they want to or not.
Which would mean the politicians get to tell us who the bad guys are. We need to make sure this thing doesn't happen.
To that end, we're heading down to Washington. I've been offered a chance to testify before a congressional subcommittee.
And I'm going to rally the people down there. We need to get a grassroots resistance movement going before the SRA can gain any momentum.
We want you to come along in case there's any trouble. We've got a Quinjet waiting to fly us down there. Let's go. We're coming up on DC, team, but the situation has radically changed during our flight, and not for the better. The city just came under attack by an unknown terrorist force. We're going to coordinate defense efforts with S.H.I.E.L.D. Buckle up and be ready for anything.
This is S.H.I.E.L.D. Lieutenant Farrell. We've got some of the senators prepped for evac, but the zone's too hot to lift off. Eliminate the enemy forces in the area so we can get those S.H.I.E.L.D. out. Finally, some backup.
I do this for free.
Eliminate those terrorists. We need to get the senators to safety.
Since before you were born.
This zone's secure. We'll get the choppers out. You should proceed down the hill. Head them off before they can hit us again. Just received word that there has been an attack on the Capitol building. We don't know any details yet, but the police are saying we'll need to disperse until they can be
Approaching landing zone, ETA. Incoming spare, drone line. We're hit. Turn up the left, put it down. Hang on. Farrell here. We made it. We're under attack. What's this?
Marvelous. At least it was cute that you tried so hard.
I'm just getting warmed
Armed up. Watch your back!
Damn, what a mess. I shouldn't have jumped a gun like that. That rocket came from the southeast. We need to take out whoever fired it before we can bring anyone else in. Must be the guys that shot down our chopper. Take them out, now!
You got burned!
That was a scream.
You like American? Yeah, after
You stupid, vaguely foreign freaks! You ruined my vacation! And you, dumb as nails shield clones! I saw what you did to those cherry blossoms back there! You think those things grow on trees? And you think it makes me less of a man if I came here for the Cherry Blossom Festival, huh? You're laughing with your eyes! I can see it! Fine! Time for a little boss battle, suckers!
You're on my radar.
Sure, take a nap! Why not?
Dios mío! Standing up! You guys are spoiling me!
Ouch! I knew I should have sprung for the health meter enlargement I saw in that email. You're probably trying to clear out these terrorists, huh? Can I join the party? I'll join on any basis you want, as long as I get the keys to the Stark Tower executive washroom.
All clear, Commander.
I'll take things from here. Titanium Man seems to be behind all this.
He just made off with some senators and took them underground. We'll cover the Capitol. You get down to the subway and pursue that tin-plated Russian and his pals. I'll keep you in mind. Now go!
Come on, that-a-way! The subway! Hey, when we see Titanium Man, let's try to get him to say, "Move, some squirrel." If I were a supersized Russian bad guy, I'd head for some American chow. This way, to the food court.
You think you're gonna get away with this on my watch? Alright, the cavalry! I wasn't done with you yet! Dinner time!
That big guy dragged Senator Lieber and the others toward Union Station. Keep going this way.
Delicious!
Say what you want about Titanium Man. At least the trains are still running on time.
Da, Americans. Your precious representative is safe. For now. Do you have the courage to save him? Let us see.
Now he's gone too far. Nobody attacks America's food courts! Don't give up your danger. Here's your danger. Supervillains, huh? Always in the last place you look.
Come on! I gotta score some style points for that one!
Ooh, can we stop for a cool, refreshing beverage? Catching product placement checks works first.
Don't look so surprised.
When in D.C., be sure to visit our scenic national parking garage.
Dios mío!
pieces! You guys are spoiling me!
Hello? Luke? Luke Cage? It's Tony Stark. How you doing?
Hey, man. Doing okay. How you been?
Fine, thanks, fine. So Luke, you're a family man now. Ever thought about stepping up the corporate ladder? Stark Industries offers some really good medical, including neonatal.
You a CEO or an infomercial now?
Hey, sorry. I just need a good superhuman security consultant. And you can't do much better than a guy with bulletproof skin.
That's nice and all, Tony, but I'm the only guy keeping my block clean. Don't have time to be filing reports in an office somewhere.
Well, it could be more of an on-call position. We could work something out. I just really want you on my team.
Look, I appreciate the thought, but these kids here, they need me. You want me? They need me. See what I'm saying?
Ah, well, hard to argue with that. Still, will you keep it in mind? The door will always be open.
Yeah, man. Look, I gotta go. Catch you later.
I'll shut you up. Come on, I gotta score some style points for that one. That kill tastes good. We will bury you!
Was trying to escape with our elected representative. Get your own, buddy. I'm so hot, and you're so not.
Take your friend and corrupt leaders back. I have no use for them now.
Don't expect any mercy.
America is a superpower no more! Follow me, heroes, if you dare!
Senator Lieber from New York State, good to meet you. You've done us a great service. You heroes are okay in my book. Maybe we should put this registration business on hold.
Glad to hear that, Mr. Senator. Registration would only make it easier for the criminals to come out on top.
And there's no prize for second place, is there? I understand. Well, best of luck trying to catch that maniac. Like our state motto says, Excelsior.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
You don't look like the voting type.
Yeah, whatever. Hey guys, I'll take these pencil pushers back to the Capitol. Give me a call if you want to hang out again.
Americans, your deaths are waiting. Here you are once again, a nation divided. Only this time, you will fall. With a little help, if necessary. Your democratic ideals will be your undoing once your own people turn against you.
Anybody else? Keep with iron, not tin.
Did you really think it would be that easy? До свидания.
Shield is down. Get him.
These mini-sentry guns will give you something new to think about.
See what these guys can do.
I was sorry, but I wouldn't do it.
Keep attacking. You'll disrupt his focus.
Smile for your paparazzi. The Registration Act will be passed by your cowardly leaders, and you will become criminals. My God. They cannot harm what they cannot see. the Americans. When this is done, no one will ever trust you heroes again. You think you've won, but you haven't. You'll soon see. You have already lost everything.
And so, to answer your question, Mr. Senator, in spite of these recent events, I don't believe forcing superheroes to register with the government is the answer. This law would split the hero community right down the middle, with consequences I'm not sure any of us want to ponder.
Was that really your best shot?
Sneaking around doesn't become you, Steve.
Maybe I'll need the practice. Maybe we all will.
Don't be so melodramatic. This whole thing would affect you least of all. You're already deputized.
You almost sound like you agree with them. This Registration Act would tear down everything we've done, destroy a century-old tradition of...
I'm trying to save it, Steve. As much of it as I can, anyway. Don't you see where this is headed? All it's going to take is one more slip-up by anyone in a cape, and we'll be lucky if registration is the worst they do. They could just turn us all into criminals, hunt us all down.
No, they won't, Tony. Not in my country.
Now return to our special live episode of The New Warriors, coming to you straight from Stamford, Connecticut, where the Warriors have just been spotted by their supervillain quarry. Looks like it's on.
I've got cold heart, you guys. Hey, somebody snag Nitro. He's rabbiting.
Don't worry, Speedball. I'm on it. On your feet, Nitro. And don't bother trying any of your stupid exploding tricks.
Oh, baby, don't you even know? You're playing with the big boys now.
Reports now coming in from Stamford, Connecticut indicate a massive explosion in a residential neighborhood.
Just over 12 hours ago now, and preliminary casualties are said to be over 600. In Washington, rumblings on whether superhero reform should be brought to the table.
Following last week's devastating explosion, Congress has rushed through passage of the Superhuman Registration Act, with the president expected to sign it.
This is just completely insane, Hill. I won't do it.
I'm sorry, was it not clear I was giving you an order?
You're asking me to arrest people who risk their lives for this country every day.
No, I'm ordering you to obey the will of the American people, Captain. Either you help us bring them in, or we'll bring you in.
Weapons down, gentlemen. Or I...
Trank darts, now! Take him down! Take him down!
Son, if you want to stay conscious.
You idiot. We were trying to save lives.
Of all the people to go underground, Captain America. Now every superhero who disagrees with the act suddenly has a leader. Maybe we should hold off until...
That won't be necessary, Mr. President. Registration can go forward as planned. We'll take care of Captain America.
And with the passage of the Superhuman Registration Act earlier this week, superheroes around the country are being forced to choose a side. Do they register with the government to uphold the law, or become part of an underground resistance movement? So far...
Can you believe this is really going down? The act kicks in at midnight, but word is S.H.I.E.L.D's gonna be here sooner than that, taking signatures. Or prisoners. I want to talk to Cage about it, but he's too busy arguing with Mr. Fantastic over there. Maybe you can break into their little powwow and get some sense out of them.
Understand your skepticism, Luke, but you have to believe me. I've crunched the numbers, and we absolutely can't rebel against the government on this. If we do, the consequences...
Can't be any worse than burning the Constitution.
You're exaggerating. This is a temporary measure. Once things settle down...
I ain't buying it, Reed. And I can't believe somebody as brainy as you would.
Oh, hello. Good timing. Perhaps you can talk some sense into Mr. Cage here. He and Iron Fist seem determined to get arrested.
He's the one who needs a reality check. But good luck getting anywhere with that.
On the eve of the Registration Act going into effect, the grim...
You have reached the voicemail box of
Reed
Richards. Please leave your message at the tone.
Is not expected to be
Hey, Reed, this is Ben. Look, I can't do this. Lord knows I've followed you into some pretty crazy places over the years, but somehow this is one place I can't go. I've been thinking about it for a long time. Registration's wrong, and I won't support a law I don't believe in, but I'm still a patriot. I ain't gonna fight my own government, so the way I see it, that leaves me only one choice. I'm out.
Dr. Pym,
going underground till this thing blows over. Don't bother trying to find me.
Security, prepare to receive inbound S.H.I.E.L.D. contingent.
Are you sure you can get us to Cap without leading them right to him?
Got it covered. You just stick with me.
But what about the rest? How can we convince...
They're gonna have to make their own choice. Stark, Richards, and Songbird are obviously a lost cause. But maybe... Well, speak of the devil. So you folks made up your minds yet? From what I hear, they ain't gonna give you much more time to sit on the fence. I ain't no government puppet, and I assume you feel the same way. There are worse things you could do than risk jail time to do the right thing.
Tonight, any superhuman personnel listed as unregistered...
Glad to hear it. We're gonna need some real heroes to get through this thing. With Cap in charge, as long as it takes. Cap took out a squad of those losers without breaking a sweat. I bet you could do the same. Anyway, think it over. But like I said, you better hurry up.
Hey, good times, huh? I can. The government's always wanted to take us down a peg. Now they see their chance. But Cap showed us what we need to do. If we had time, I'd tell you some stories about S.H.I.E.L.D. Just trust me. World peace isn't at the top of their priority list. Between you and me, I hope so. I have no intention of registering, and we're gonna need a leader. Open your eyes. Powerful people are using a tragedy to take over. Cap sees that. If you had any sense, you'd see it too. Look, personal freedom is what Cap's fighting for. This is your choice to make. I know which way I'm going. Hopefully you do too.
With the Superhuman Registration Act looking likely to pass within the week, we recently sat down with one of its most surprising critics, Captain America.
Thanks for having me, Brian.
Our pleasure. Captain, in the wake of the Stamford tragedy, the public overwhelmingly favors mandatory registration for all superhumans. Can millions of Americans be wrong?
Unfortunately, they can, Brian. Our country's history is littered with wrongs that most Americans approved of at the time. Slavery, the incarceration of Japanese Americans during World War II, the McCarthy hearings.
But how do you deal with it, knowing that nearly everyone is against you on this?
I think of what Mark Twain wrote on the subject. If you alone of all the nation shall decide one way, and that way be the right way according to your convictions, you have done your duty by yourself and by your country.
An inspiring quote.
Absolutely. When the mob and the press and the whole world tell you to move, your job is to plant yourself like a tree beside the river of truth and tell the whole world, no,
many advocates
you
point
move.
toward the Washington, D.C. attack as evidence that superheroes are absolutely necessary in today's world.
Hey! Those superheroes are fighting each other near my new Trans Prix! Watch it, you! No!
Reckless superhumans can strike at any time, tossing your car like a toy, ripping up your driveway, or even sending a fiery tornado through your home. When the smoke from their awesome combined attack clears, how will you recover? With Gecko Insurance, our superhuman property damage policy will ensure your losses are completely covered. We'll call in damage control and handle all the paperwork. By the time we're finished, it'll be as if there were no such thing as superhumans.
I wish. Thanks, Gecko.
Policies do not cover acts of God or gods such as Thor, Hercules, or Loki.
Now it's a party.
And so, in a worst-case scenario, we'd find ourselves in the equivalent of a superpowered civil war.
Heroes so busy fighting each other, the criminals get a free pass.
Exactly. That's where you and the Thunderbolts would come in, Melissa. We need you to help S.H.I.E.L.D. keep crime under control while we focus on... Oh, hello again. I'm glad to see you're not going off half-cocked like Luke, Danny, and Eli over there seem to be. We need cooler heads to prevail at a time like this. There's morality and there's practicality. I may have personal issues with the act, but I also have hard evidence that if we rebel against it, the entire world's future will be imperiled. So, there's really only one sane choice here. Very good. When S.H.I.E.L.D. shows up, they'll have the paperwork ready for you. Just do what they say.
About this historic event, our online polls will
I'm not sure that's been determined. Incarceration, most likely. Those who violently resist might accidentally be harmed. That's classified, I'm afraid. We can speak more freely about it once you've registered. Now, if you'll excuse me, Songbird and I have some logistics to discuss.
Reed, I'm trying, but I just can't follow these equations.
I'd be surprised if you could, Tony. They're a new form of science I invented, actually. A way to predict future trends by mathematically modeling past events.
Really?
To receive
How reliable?
Very. I've been using it to predict general trends for years.
And what are they showing you now?
A series of societal earthquakes, conflicts beyond anything that's ever happened. The death of billions.
My God.
God.
I ran the numbers again and again. I found no force that could be applied anywhere to make a better outcome until...
The Registration Act.
Yes, that's the first part. Other actions will be necessary, in the right order, at the right times.
Actions that will turn us against our friends. Change everything we know.
I'm well aware of that, Tony. But the alternatives are much, much worse.
Whoever said saving the world would be easy, huh? All right, Reed. Walk me through the numbers. And take it slow.
I didn't sign up for trying to arrest capes.
Dr. Pink, that very nanite sample just arrived for you from the Baxter building.
Hey, you come to a decision yet? For now, yeah, it is. Stanford would never have happened if superheroes had proper oversight. Cap threw any chance of peace away when he put those SHIELD agents in the hospital. No one's got a better reason to be paranoid than I do. And I'm telling you, this is the way it's gotta go. Don't be so sure. There's no way the cops or SHIELD would have handled it with a slugfest in the middle of a suburban neighborhood. Look, I can't make the decision for you. Just remember, we're supposed to protect people. Signing up for training and accountability is the best way to do that.
Miriam Sharp, prominent parent of a young Stanford victim,